If you think super strength is something reserved for movie heroes, that's probably because you haven't met the real-life Hulk of the animal kingdom, the rhinoceros beetle. Sure, it might look small to us, but in the insect world, this little powerhouse is basically a one-bug wrecking crew. With a built-in suit of armor, an intimidating horn, and the strength of a heavyweight champion, this beetle proves that size is seriously overrated. The name rhinoceros beetle is pretty self-explanatory. That horn, found only on the males, looks just like the massive weapon carried by the African rhino. And trust me, they use it. Whether they're fighting for territory or competing for a female, these beetles engage in battles that would make even pro wrestlers proud. Part of the Dynastinae subfamily, they exist in several species around the world, each with different horn shapes and lengths. Some, like the famous Dynasties Hercules from Central America, can reach up to a jaw-dropping 7 inches long. These mini titans live in tropical and subtropical forests across the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. They love humid environments filled with decaying wood and dense vegetation. And yes, they're night owls. During the day, they hide under logs, leaves, or underground. But once the sun goes down, they clock in for their night shift, feeding on tree sap, overripe fruit, and organic matter. Even though they look like tiny armored tanks, they're totally harmless to humans. They don't bite, don't sting, and don't carry diseases. At most, they might startle you with that helicopter-like buzzing sound when they take off. But the real reason this beetle is legendary? It's insane super strength. The rhinoceros beetle is considered the strongest animal in the world relative to its body weight. It can lift up to 850 times its own weight, which would be like the average person picking up a full-size pickup truck and casually walking around with it. This absurd power helps them dig, defend themselves, and battle rival males. No surprise, researchers in robotics and biomechanics study them. Their natural design is so efficient, it inspires new machines and even exoskeleton concepts. And they don't just rely on strength. These beetles have style. Their glossy, armor-like shells vary in color depending on the species. Some even have a yellowish or green tint. Their horns change shape based on habitat conditions and individual development. In some Asian countries, they were once used in bug-fighting competitions, a practice now widely criticized. And they've inspired countless pop culture characters, including Pokemon's Heracross and Digimon's Kabuterimon. Their life cycle is another wild story. It all starts when the female lays her eggs inside rotting wood or organic debris. The larval phase is the longest, lasting up to 2 years, during which the larva eats non-stop and grows dramatically. After that, it enters the pupa stage, basically a high-tech natural reboot, where its body reorganizes and transforms. Once it emerges as an adult, it lives for about 3 to 6 months, focusing almost entirely on reproduction. Even though most people barely notice them, rhinoceros beetles play an essential role in the ecosystem. They help break down organic matter, enrich the soil, cycle nutrients, and keep forests healthy. They're also important prey for birds, mammals, and reptiles. In other words, they're tiny environmental superheroes working full-time behind the scenes. No wonder they've made their way into toys, documentaries, tech fairs, and even engineering projects. Their incredibly resilient body design inspires real-world innovation, from small combat robots to structural research. In the end, the rhinoceros beetle is far more than an insect with a cool-looking horn. It's a quiet hero of nature, powerful, important, and full of personality. So, had you ever heard of the strongest insect on the planet?